Hi.
Hi.
It might be here in front of me somewhere. I don't have a detailed report yet. Did she give you all your information?
I think so.
Revenue?
That
you
one
guys
there.
work?
Oh, the expense detail report, this one?
You know what? Yeah, that will have it in
There
it.
you go.
No, you keep it. This will have it in it. She printed off everything on one. That's right. I remember that now.
One forty-two skate stuff.
Comes after 141.
Yeah, I know. I got 139, and the next page I find is like 149 or something like that.
Did you notice a discrepancy or something on the numbers? Or no?
I get, yeah. It's hard because I find these a little difficult to read. But see, with me, I keep all mine as my budget for that year, and these are broke up into the 2 fiscal years, so I don't know, I have that we spent 1606.13 this year on the festival. And see, she has me, what is it? She has me at 1277.
Yeah.
But then that's for this fiscal year, and 327.48 were on the previous fiscal year, so that may make up the difference. Math wise, more likely it does.
Yep.
320, yeah. I think if you add those
Right
together,
about
that's
right,
what
and if it's not to the penny.
Yeah. So, I think we're pretty much
Okay.
on the same. I met with her a few times to make sure our numbers matched throughout the whole season, just because I know how the fiscal years are
And
kind
it's
of
constantly
off there.
changing. Yeah. Maybe more vendors here.
Right. So,
Well, I know that everything there probably is to know about the festival, so if you guys got some questions, go ahead and ask them.
No. What are you asking for? More
Well,
money for next
yeah,
year?
tell me what it is.
I remember that because we did discuss about that a little bit. We were gonna get you some more money for next year, right?
well, I was hoping we could put the 1,500 back on the ballot,
Yep.
because that is a huge chunk. So like I said, total this year we spent out 1606.13. Estimated projected for next year would be about 2,000 because, like with the tents, they
Yep.
charge us 420, but they wanted to charge us 650 or 670 because the setup charge was in there, and I called and said, well, you never told me about that, and so they made good on the 420, but next year it's gonna be, and I think the tents are actually necessary because if you've got inclement weather, there's that, but also if it's hot, I had a lot of people come and just sit under where it's cool. So I really think having 2 tents is gonna be important to keep people out of the weather and still run the festival. I don't know.
No.
Paul, you got a question?
This is the first time that this is in here, right?
As a tax,
Yeah.
It was in last year.
yeah, got voted in June for the 1,500. So now we're doing it. We're making them accountable for that 1,500 where it's getting spent.
So you wanna kick it up to what?
No.
No,
You
I
answer.
think we can keep it right at 15 because we also thrive on donations, and we do take registration fees for vendors who are not in Lebanon. That I had actually quite a few come from Rochester and Sanford, so those will be charged. So that is income as well. So I don't want to change the 1,500. I think we should just keep that, and then our donations and our registration fees will take care of the balance of what we need. So I'm not asking for any more I just would like to put it back on the.
1,500 expires fiscal year, but the
Right.
rest of the money just rolls. You know,
Okay,
it's like summer camp does.
let's see, yeah,
So all their vendor money and stuff like building up towards the 250th.
Right.
Really.
okay.
Where does the money go where does the money go
Okay.
that you
That we
take in?
That we take in. You mean how do I spend it, or where does it go when I have left over?
No, you're doing this to raise money, right?
Okay, so like last year, we got the 1,500. We spent 1,606. So the money that we came in with the donations and things went to. So I have services. We spent $792 on services, which were our entertainment, our music, our potties, our porta potties, and the cannon. And then our supplies, which were the tents. We paid for signs this year. And then miscellaneous supplies was we bought waters, we bought prizes, things like that, just to make the festival fun. And we found that people needed the water, so next year I want to make sure I have plenty of water for anybody who needs it, because that was that was really important.
That's the other thing too. Get that vote coming up on the festival
Right,
ordinance. If that passes, then they're going to be required to have water for people up there.
And then the leftover
probably-
that we don't use,
That's what,
we have an
$200
account that it
anyway?
goes into, and it's building. And what the plan is 2017, when the town turns 250, we'd like to do a larger event that would take the money that we're building in our account from our donations and our registrations that we don't use. But the reason that I said my projected for 2016 is probably $2,000 is because I just assumed. I mean, wildlife encounters went up for us. They
Oh,
were
sure, everything costs money.
$275
Yeah.
the year before. They were $300 this year. So I'm assuming they may go up. So I was just banking on that. The entertainment, I'm not sure. We were able to do one free, one we paid for. So depending on what we can get in to get people to come. Because the more people come, the more vendors we'll have. And it'll help to sustain itself as well
sure.
in that way. Again, the tents, that's $650. That's almost getting close to half. But those are really important.
Oh, yeah,
And I really need
that's
to.
shade,
Yeah.
shade, that gets,
Yeah, I really want to make sure we advertise this year. I want to get us in newspapers and get some sign toppers. Maybe try and get some outdoor signs that are weatherproofed. The signs that we have, the banners that we have are not weatherproof,
right,
and so we need to get better banners. So that's part of my projected.
Do you want me to run an ad for you for entertainment? I can put it on your personal Facebook page.
Oh, there you go. No, I have some ideas for you. Don't
And
you
that's-
worry.
is that gonna be sufficient to do it?
The 2,000? Definitely. I mean, we ran a pretty good festival this year. I only spent 1,600.
Mhm.
So with the 1,500 from the tax appropriation
Mhm.
plus the donations and fees, we could definitely run it for that.
Oh, I'm good with the 2,000 then.
Why
I
are
only
we
want
doing
15.
this?
Only 15.
I only want
Why are you
15.
doing it? You got young people in town, children for one thing. That's one reason. is
I'm
being
just
done.
asking.
The festival,
Yeah.
it's a community event. It's a way to bring the community together in a really fun venue instead of meetings and school. You also have some kids and families who aren't part of the school who come to this. It's outside of the school events. It's a way to celebrate our town in an incredibly positive way. And plus, we bring in people from other towns who come to see how great our town is. You're going to see, people who are enjoying coming in.
Did you come out to the festival, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Did you come out to the festival?
I didn't come out to the festival.
You didn't? You should have. We had a blast. Mr. Heath was there and Mr. Thompson was
I came in
there.
at the end, I was working that day at the transfer.
Yeah, but you showed up. It was a nice time.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
very positive.
I saw a lot of smiles on kids' faces, that's what matters to me.
That's right.
They have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all different kinds of things.
So you have this broke down, you had the copy of Jeanette's sheet.
Yes.
Do you have that broke down into what you're requesting in each line, like supplies and?
Yes, you can look at it, but I kind of messed it up, so I had to rewrite it real
No,
quick.
that's fine.
Okay.
I
So is it for what's requested or?
Your request, what is your request?
Okay. Well, that was where I was questioning because my request totals 2,000, but I'm not asking for 2,000. I just want the 15, the same amount that was on the ballot last year on this year. So I'm not sure how to
Okay.
present that. Because I'm projecting that supplies we're gonna need 1,100, and that's only really that's majorly because of the tents. That's a big part of the supplies. Services, 850 is a good number for services, and then photocopier. I have a $50. We spent about $49. We spent $49.13 this year on photocopies. Granted, some of that was done outside of the office at a different printer, so I could do that a little cheaper.
Okay, so what you should do, give us your numbers for what you have for your budget, if you will. Cause that's how summer camp's always done it.
Okay.
And then there's a separate page for a subsidy, which Jeanette would have to, the subsidy would be the tax appropriation, the request for that.
Okay.
So you don't have that page, she didn't make one up, I don't have it either.
I have this.
That will be your budget,
Okay.
and then, that could come up to 2,000 or whatever you have.
Right.
And that's what you're looking for, and then there'll be a separate page that I'll just make a note that she needs to make one up
Okay.
for a request of 1,500 or whatever the
Okay.
festival committee's requested. That would be put on the
Was
ballot,
there
not
just
the budget.
one page to this festival thing?
Yeah,
I got it.
that's all I got.
I found it.
Okay.
Finally. 142 way back at the end of the book.
Right. This didn't come after 141, did it?
It did, but it was long after. Yep.
So what'd you have for supplies?
Projected?
Yep.
1,100.
When you get that broke down, when you get your full budget committee though. And if you want right now, break it down, it'd be good for,
Yeah, for the tents I have 650.
yep.
For signs and advertisements, I'm thinking 400. Could be less than that, but I was trying to
Yep.
guesstimate a little higher. And then miscellaneous supplies, which includes like waters, tickets, the little things that we buy, the prizes for the kids. What about $50 was good on that one.
How many waters are you gonna think when you had several hundred people coming through?
Well, see, most of the vendors sell waters for like $1 or something. So what I had was a package of free waters for people who, mostly my workers, but I had people come up and I was just giving them away. So I kind of filled in the gaps for where people didn't.
Hopefully you can coordinate better too with
The food vendors.
the concession stand too for soccer. This year it might be different with Georgie.
Yes. Yeah, I'd like to do better with the food vendors, because honestly that's a lot of reason why people come to a festival is to eat all the fun food, and
Well, then
we
you
didn't
get
have a lot
that
of-
question with health officer
right.
as far as them being licensed and whatnot. So you might want to budget higher for your waters is what I'm thinking.
Okay, like,
Because if that ordinance passes, you're gonna be required to have enough water there to cover every person that's there.
okay,
So, you might need 600 bottles of water
good golly. Okay, sorry, that's a lot of water.
just to snap you into reality.
Holy moly.
What was it, 1.5 gallons
Yeah,
per
I don't-
person or something?
Oh,
It was an
okay.
incredible
I
amount.
mean, we could definitely, so, I don't even know what a number would be on that.
You have to wait and see what passes too and what doesn't, but
Okay.
just to put that in your back of your mind.
Right, okay, good to know.
But you have it because you get the revenue coming in anyway,
Right,
which is it's being tended by the treasurer, but it's not town funds
Right.
anyway.
it's earmarked just
festival
for
funds.
us,
It's
yes.
That was like cases, I believe, of water, 24 bottles to a case,
Wow.
Yeah.
so.
Right.
But I don't know, you get into ounces, how much is that, does that only need to be 8 ounce? You know,
Right.
Yeah,
that's what we gotta figure.
okay.
Okay.
So you keep it at 11, is that what you wanna do? Keep it at 11 for now till you know what's
Let's
going on?
do that.
Cause you've
Yeah.
got that revenue coming in as far as the vendor spaces, so if
Right.
you needed to have the water, you got some other,
Right.
you're not depending on this only, you know?
Yeah, and our the committee members go out for donations as well. So, you know, that's something that we could put on our agenda too. Is
Just so everybody knows and it's clear, what donations are you talking about? What donations do you get?
well, let's
It's
see.
a good way to also plug those that are giving the
That-
donations.
That's true.
Yeah.
Last, you want to know all of them? Okay, so last year, we actually didn't have as many donations last year as we had before, but Brian's Brake and Muffler gave us $100. Spence and Matthews gave us $250. The Tobacco Free Coalition, the Healthy Living Coalition, gave us $250. If we would promote that we were a tobacco-free event, which was pretty easy because we were on school grounds, so that was easy. Trying to think. I mean, Potties R Us, I considered them a donation because they only charged us $250, which is probably half of what
How many?
And you
We had
probably do,
3.
yeah.
we had. 3 porta potties. 2 of them were the ADA.
Savings.
Kennebunk Savings gave us $250.
Tuckaway Tree Farm.
You get a lot of
Did
different
we get
Tuckaway,
a
donations.
they
pen?
gave us a pen.
Pen.
Yep, so we got a lot of prizes to give away from other places. Ripcord Cafe gave a bunch of shirts. Tuckaway
You
Tree
know, it'd be
Farm
kinda,
gave
it'd
a
be
bunch.
kinda neat if we could find a way to make up a sign that says thank you all, thank you, and listed everybody that made a donation.
What I'd
But
like
it's hard,
to
it's a
do,
lot of work.
what I'd like to do is because we need new T-shirts this year because our group is growing
For your staff.
for our staff, and
Yeah.
so I would like to get our donors
Donors, yeah, there you go.
listed on the back of the T-shirts so that we are advertising them as we go around. Plus,
That would be good.
anybody I can get banners from, we created, Ben helped me with this, but on the tents, our back wall was all our donors. So then there, anytime people took pictures or video of the entertainment, you've got the donors in the back of, advertising that as well. So
And now you could just simply write on the back of those shirts, you're welcome, I donated.
there you go.
That might
We
be a way
also,
out.
our website linked all of our donors, so that anybody who clicked on that could go right to their website and kind of see what they were about. So we kind of tried to advertise with that as well.
This isn't anything specific to Lebanon either. I mean, Shapley has, a lot of your area towns have festivals. Alfred does, Cornish does. I don't know them all, but I mean, there's a lot of festivals that go on. It's
Yeah.
just a good community event.
And it's
Oh yeah,
not
Brian Sonia, he donated too, didn't he? He played for free, correct?
No.
No, he didn't?
No, we paid him. We wanted to pay him though.
Oh,
We
okay, I
offered-
was gonna
No,
say.
we offered to pay him. He took it. The Monswagers who came refused to take it.
So on services, what are you looking at?
Services are $850. So wildlife encounters, I'm projecting 350. They may just be at 300 again, but I wanted to, make sure that we had wiggle room. Potties R Us, 250. The Canon is 40. That's what he charges, and then I left over. I had about $210 left over in my projected budget to put towards entertainment. Have another group come in, pay for their gas and their time to be there for a couple of hours. We are also thinking about maybe having a DJ come in for the day. He or she, may have a fee. I don't know. See if we can get a.
We need a better
That'd be
sound
something.
system.
Yeah, well, if I could get a DJ come in, that would do the
Yeah.
sound system.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's
and
the
you could do
thinking behind that.
Talking when doing your announcements too.
That's the
Yeah.
thinking behind that. Yeah.
Awesome.
So then they would be in charge of the sound for the whole day because that was an issue. Not everybody could hear all the announcements. So
Photocopier?
Photocopier, I have 50. We used 4913 this year, but 35 of that was at I think Zippy Copier or something, because we needed things right away and we were closed here, so it was like on a Wednesday. So that might be able to come down, but I want to put color copies of advertisement in every Cumberland Farms and gas station I can find this year, because I had so many people tell me they didn't know about it. So I want to get as much, and color copies is what grabs people's attention, so those are a little more expensive.
Yep.
So that's why I kind of put in.
Especially bright colors, catch your eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I want people to know about it. People know about it, more vendors come.
Yep.
So.
Okay. The photocopier, typically, do you know how that, explain to them how that's working here?
Yeah, I think it's, I want to say 7 cents. Is it 7 cents a copy?
For a colored, I think it is,
For
and then
colored.
1 cent over and above our budget. Colored or we pay for anyway. Black and white, we have
Yeah.
a certain amount of copies we can do.
Yeah, so like last year, I think we did 100 color copies. It was, what, $7 or something like that. But
So we're billing it, you know, if they go over the what the town has for that month, then it's being billed to the different departments that,
Right,
you know, use it.
they used it.
Right.
So
Sure.
instead of coming out of general government.
Yeah.
right,
Okay, so and then you're asking for the 1,500.
yes. The 1,500 is helpful because we can book things early in the year when they're available. If you book them when you have the money through your registration fees and your donations, you may find a lot of times people are already booked. So if we can, you know, get somebody by giving them a deposit or something, I don't like to book somebody with the hope that I'm going to have the money. So that's what happened the first year that I did this. Granted, this is not new. I mean, I only just picked up the reins is all.
How many people do you get in your committee?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. There are 5 of us.
Good.
So that'll be, I would like to add at least 2 or 3 more, but 5 is good.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah. Another neat thing that we do is the kids in the schools that need community service, I get as many, last year I only had 1, but I'd like to get as many of them. We give them, it's an 8-hour day that they get community service by just coming and volunteering for the day, helping us do the bounce house and clean up and set up and all that. So.
Bounce house?
That's true too. You figured that one in?
No, I
Bouncy
thought
house?
The rec
and
department did that.
No, I mentioned it because the kids manned it.
No, but in your budget.
I didn't because I thought the rec department had that in their budget, so I didn't put it in mine.
I haven't even talked to Georgie yet, but
Let me know because we can adjust if we have to.
yeah, okay. Well, let's talk to Georgie first.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It doesn't make any sense to be in her budget when it's going towards the festival unless she's gonna man it.
Right. I mean, the first year that we were doing this, she had a table and manned it right there.
I know she had some
last
issues
year
last
she
year,
had
so.
some conflicts,
Yeah.
so we manned it for her.
Okay. Alright, we'll have her in here, I think, next week, so.
And a generator. Oh, that would be part of the supplies too. Now that I think about it, I didn't think about that.
Fuel.
Yeah, because need to make sure that runs the whole day.
Quiet generator.
Please.
That, we did. The generator was very quiet. It just
Ran out of gas.
ran out of gas.
Bouncy
The
house.
kids were in the bouncy house. Yeah, we had no
Oh,
rescue.
no.
Oh, yeah, that was not good.
It's alright, that's
Yeah.
part of the fun.
Alright,
Okay.
you guys got any questions?
No, not really. No.
Thank you.
All right.
Alright, Rebecca, thank you.
Thank you very much.
You want it?
Just saying again, you guys did a fantastic job last year. We had a lot of fun.
It was a lot
Did
of
you
fun.
go over these? We gotta go over these and answer the, you know, what we're gonna do with this.
I went over them.
Okay. Oh, that's Deb's, yeah.
Doing a hell of a job.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
You can
See you later, Becca.
See you later. Bye, Paul.
Some of these are gonna take some research, like this one right here, just, doesn't even have to be in the minutes, it's state law, so it's not an issue. Have you read these yet? You haven't read all these yet. Dispatch sheets, you're allowed 1 free hour, for a right to know request. If it's taking them more than that, then there's gonna be cost involved.
How many is he asking for? Just out of curiosity.
I don't have a number. Right
A
now.
lot?
Mhm.
Can't you give him a call, Carl?
What for?
He really has to have all of those dispatch sheets? It's a little ridiculous.
Oh, we also need a decision on, there's $1 outstanding on Lebanon Community News, which was 2 of them filed within minutes of each other back in May, written with the exact same language, written in the same format, 2 different email addresses. Mr. Cole's denying that he submitted that, so he doesn't feel he should have to pay the $1 that's owed before anything else can be released to him. Last I knew there was a lot more money that was owed than just the $1, so I think that needs to be looked into as well.
Yeah.
But what's your guys' decision on that? Pay or not? This is the one question. That's one he's claiming is not him. However, there's also information that Jeanette provided that he is the editor and the admin on that page, so it still makes him responsible. If it was one of the 15 imaginary fictitious people.
What's the law say we gotta do?
Answer in a reasonable amount of time. Which question? Which question are you asking? I'm assuming you're asking one.
Well, we're required to answer some of the stuff, right, by law,
Yep, dispatch sheets are public information.
okay?
So the question now is, I believe there's 12 or 15, something like that, requests.
Who comes out with those dispatch sheets, isn't that
Chief.
out of Sanford?
Chief.
And don't they have to pay Sanford?
No, Sanford won't release them to the public. They come to the chief. So the chief needs to have the time to
Answer them.
research them, pull them out of the files. There's time involved there.
Yep. And he doesn't wanna pay anything for these either, does he?
Mm-mm.
Any of this information.
Well, you have the right to come in and view. You don't have to make photocopies, you don't have to, that's what he's requesting is to view. But if I'm taking 15 or whatever it was, one of them had several in one, I'm taking all these, cause they, like Jeanette said, they happen over the course of the weekend. As one entity really, because you're still gonna take that one same employee
That's right.
X number of
15
time.
times.
for one similar request.
Mhm.
So they're gonna go do it all at once, so once you hit over that 1 free hour, there's a charge to it, $15 per hour. So it shouldn't take 2 hours, I'm not saying that would take that, but
That
it will
doesn't
be.
even cost what it costs for the employee.
Yeah.
Hardly.
Well, just for the copies of that personnel policy, it was gonna cost me $6.50, and it was just making copies.
We charge 25 cents a
So-
copy. Yep.
And I pay every time. I don't owe any money.
thinking of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 here. 10, 11, 12, 13.
13 dispatch reports? Holy crap.
It's 13, 14. This individual was also in here
Guess I'm gonna
Friday.
ask another point of law, if this is gonna be, he's asking for this information and the fire chief's gotta be the one to provide it, then who's gonna pay the fire chief?
You are.
That's what happens. The town does.
Now, does that have to be by order of us, or does that, can he do it on his own?
What's that?
Provide that information?
No, has to come through the right to know request.
Okay.
Chief, you're talking?
So that has to go, so you're saying that's gotta go through our right to know officer,
Which it has.
right?
Yeah.
So we're paying that person.
Yep.
Just to handle them, say
Well,
nothing about.
I mean, that's state law, so I mean, that's not even arguable. It's just the way it is. But like I was gonna say, this person came in on Friday and was very argumentative with our town clerk and our treasurer.
Over $1.
So I don't think that they need to stand for any abuse either.
Oh, no.
But you know, we'll fulfill these as we need to. They need to be redacted as well, so that personally identifying information, confidential information is not, they may be on the dispatch sheets, they're not available to the public, so they'll be redacted as well, so there's time there as well
Right,
to go through those.
so there's a lot of time being spent behind the scenes for
Oh yeah.
somebody's questions that they only wanna view an answer to.
That's why we like to have them written. Again, the format was put in place during Selectmen Cole, Patch, and Frizzell, I believe it was.
Yep.
We've modified it since. You know, this request. They don't have to be put on the actual form per state law, but it is strongly advised by MMA. So, and it says it in the law that it is advised to do so. You keep better notes, you keep better track of things. If somebody else comes in and asks, you know, a similar question, we keep copies of it so we don't have to waste a lot of time going back and sending people after it. You can answer the question. That's why we do this. That's why we keep track of what's being put out. So, but again, I need an estimate of time on how much time it's going to take to do this. Is what I would suggest before we answer this. It is a public.
I'd like to get a rough idea, a rough estimate on it,
Okay.
I'd like to hear about it.
I'm going to approve it.
Yeah.
But there will be a cost, possibly be a cost involved with that.
I think it should be if it's an unusual request, it's,
Well,
you know.
only if it goes over the hour. And I don't know that it will. I'm just saying it's possible that it would, with as many as we got in front of us right now.
Well, Ben, can I ask you a question? If you had that personnel policy proposal right there, and all I needed was a copy of it, why was it $6.50 for me to get a copy of that personnel policy? That shouldn't have taken an hour to make a photocopy.
25 cents per page,
So would that also be 25 cents per page?
not to view.
Oh, he just wants to come in and look at it. He doesn't want a copy of it?
Correct.
That's interesting.
We got a picture taker policy in here. on documents?
Nope. If they do the right to know request, you can do that too.
Oh, is that how that works?
They wanna bring their own photocopy machine out of their own back pocket, they can photocopy whatever they want. But we're allowed to charge a reasonable fee.
Well, is viewing and taking pictures the same thing?
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah,
That's my question.
So the question, I guess, before the board really too, that Jeanette needs an answer on before we go, is, you have two different email addresses. There's one dispute that, you know, he supposedly didn't do it. He didn't ask for this. It's $1 fee is what's owed right now. I believe there's more than that that's owed, and I think it got lost with Laura going out and Jeanette taking over. So I'm gonna look into that, because last I knew it was $15 or $16 with as much photocopying as we've done. He never picked up. But saying that, you know, Lebanon Community News is not him. Lebanon Maine 04027 is the email address. However, on this right to know request right here, let me just double check myself here. Okay. Either way, he's still the admin of the page. I just was looking at something else there. Lebanon News, Lebanon Community News. This is all the contact information that's out there. So the question is, do you call it the same person and do we charge them the $1 or do we release it? Another one too.
Is it up to us to prove who this person is? Or is it up to them to prove to us who they are?
Are you charging the $1 to the right person? That's the question.
That's what I mean. Who's responsible for proof?
I mean, do you feel that you are? We are. And do we continue on, or do we not and
Well, we're
release them?
charging everybody that requests the same item the same way.
What's your thought?
We're not discriminating or any such thing as that.
the fee is standard, right?
Correct.
Okay, so when somebody wants something, give them a paper that says this is cost, that's all.
Yep. But we do. There's two requests here that have, these are from way back in May. You can read it upside down. They have a 50-cent charge and a 50-cent charge. And they never got picked up. And I believe there's a lot more actually. Like I say, $15 or $16 last I knew. So this $1 thing, I don't know where that came up as a total, but these have been sitting there since May. And law says that we don't have to, but you can require them to pay for this before you fulfill any more. So, and that's what had happened on Friday. Town clerk and treasurer both had a discussion that this person needed to pay for these before they want to release any other information. So do you stand behind that, or do we want to tell them to release that?
I don't care what we do, as long as we know what we're doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's the same for everybody else, so I mean.
Do it then.
And we stand behind it.
Okay.
Are you going to find out the total, or are you going to release this and then come back with another total?
I'll have them look into it. I'm not sure if I can find it or not, where we've changed personnel. Should be right there in the book, and if Jeanette didn't see it, I don't know why.
I was going to say, what did the outgoing personnel put the book in their pocket?
No,
It should still be there, right?
you would like to hope, yeah.
I would like to hope.
Oh, I see what he's, yeah.
Yeah, that has to do with, so,
Go away. Go away, go away.
So you wanna make a motion to continue to charge that?
I'll second it.
All in favor? I made it.
Yep.
Okay. So then I'll fulfill that when we watch the video. I'm just kidding.
We'll get it right again later.
So I have a question for you. Are these videos my property?
Yes.
They are. That's
Here, Royce, do something. Do you need a motion?
Yes.
You got it.
Wait. I need an answer to my candy question. I've been waiting all this time.
Seconded.
It's been fulfilled. I gotta make a photocopy of it first. You want the number?
Yeah, and I didn't want paper. I
Okay.
just wanted an answer to my question.
Okay. Yeah.
How much money we've spent this year in candy.
Ooh,
If it's for M&M's, it's okay.
As long as they're peanut. I like the peanut ones.
There's no bad ones.
No. Do you ever try the pretzel ones yet? The pretzel M&Ms? Try them. They're really good.
just on candy, so you're gonna make me do all that work.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just-
Yeah, I just want the candy.
Are we adjourned now?
Yep.
Yeah, he's answering me.
Okay, what- Oh, 6 o'clock tomorrow night?
6 o'clock.
6 for us, yeah. Starts at 6:30, right?
It starts at 6 o'clock.
Starts at 6, so we gotta be there a little bit earlier then.
Good thing that you figured that out, man.
Well, I'm not going.
Come strolling in at 8:15.
Feel
See you
free to
all.
write
Good
over
night,
that
Pa.
mistaken signature. Sorry about that. Oh.
Oh, wait a minute, that's a.
I'll take your
That's
wording on that motion later.
How did that get expensed on there? I didn't sign it yet and turn it in. Oh yeah, I guess I did. She's pretty quick.
I'm just curious as to why so much candy. I mean, that's a. I don't know. Why don't you buy fruit? Apples and watermelons and stuff. Grapes. Are you doing back to Easter? I don't want Easter. I just want this. I just want trunk or treat, because I'm not
It's
going to
all
show
mixed
up and
up.
give
I
out $50 worth of candy if we're
I can't tell the
spending.
difference.
You can't tell by the date.
No, because she'll buy sometimes ahead, so I don't know. I mean, I could guess, I suppose. I see some new.
No, that's okay. I guess a year total is fine.
I mean, you wouldn't be buying in July for Easter, so I'm assuming it's for.
Right,
Halloween.
for Halloween. Or maybe that was for the festival.
She didn't go to that.
Well, it was made, seconded, and we're out of here.
Out of here. Yeah. I just gotta do payroll. I haven't done that
You
yet.
won't be too far behind us,
No.
hopefully.
No.
Unless I handcuff him and force him to answer all my
Kick
questions.
her out. We're not in a meeting anymore, so I can do that.
That's right.
I'm gonna lock the door on my way out. I think. Yep, I got the keys.
Yeah, I've been hearing somebody walking in and out anyway. Did you hear that?
Yeah, we had people that stayed late. I don't know if they were working late.
Probably getting ready for tomorrow.
It'll also be another
Public
nice
hearing.
thing if that wall gets knocked out
That's
when we're
right,
in here. You can
tomorrow's-
actually see what's going
Is that
on.
Yeah.
election day already?
Almost.
Oh my gosh,
Tomorrow's
when is
public hearing.
that? Oh,
Yeah, 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Royce. Be there or be square.
be called names.
You would be
I'd
too.
like that. I'd like that. Maybe I should get called names. Some people like to do that to me.
$465.
All I call you is Royce, no comment Heath. That's the only name I ever have called you.
I've never heard or seen anything different.
Okay.
6 o'clock tomorrow night. Oh boy. I get to see the new voting booths. No, it's only here.
No. Wow.
Well, I
You'll
don't
get
know,
it.
they say, you know it's legal to go armed.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
I'm not gonna tell anybody what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. See you, Royce.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I might. No, I'm just kidding. Hello, we're not in the meeting anymore.
I know, I'm waiting for my number because I asked.
$465
$465 for the year for candy.
for candy so far.
So if it was $45, that would buy 10 times pizza. Do we have 10 big fires after a year?
Well, I don't know if they got that many, but
I don't think so.
structured by it.
All right, so I'll shut this off now.